Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple analysis price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 30-minute time frame and looking at the bear scenario first. In this one we had this as an A, B and C into W, three-way pullback into X, and then another possible three-way structure into that wave Y, completing this whole structure here. Again, we have not hit the one-to-one extension here for that wave Y, which is making this whole thing a bit suspicious. Also, we've had these divergences forming up in here on 30-minute time frame, this double divergence, which is making this count less likely. On WXY counts, you're not seeking any kind of divergence, and the highest peak on RSI should be at these highs, and it definitely is not here. So that is the reason why I don't really like this count at the moment. Again, is I am still short on Nasdaq, and I'll see if I can get some kind of good looking count here later on. But at this moment, this does look and feel like it is impulsive. So did this. But the bounce off of these lows that we had after creating this one-to-one structure here is not really telling too much. This more looks like a connector of something which would fit into this structure better. I'm not quite sure if this is just going to be creating something like this before it's going to give another wave structure coming down. Again, this would have to be a running flat in order to be even possible, because again, you can't break these highs if we are thinking that this is an impulsive wave structure. But again, we need to be monitoring this and seeing if this is going to be giving us some kind of other ideas here. On RSI, this low at the moment has already taken out all of these previous moves, which definitely makes me think that this whole structure, whatever this was, is done. Of course, we have not taken out the lowest low here that we had, so it is still possible that we are still within this whole structure, but again, we'll look into the other possibilities next. Now, I've shown you this bull count as well before, in which again we had this as a scenario where we had a 1-2, a 1-2, most likely something like that, and then again possibly 1-2 here. However, again, that is not very likely, as this structure looks more like a three-way structure than anything else. Same as with this one. So we would have this as three-way structure, three ways back, three ways up, and then that's it. We've had now a very sideways structure here, and now we seem to be accelerating a bit downwards. This definitely feels like it is one move, but I'm not quite sure what it is part of, at least as of yet. So it is not very clear. That's why I don't really like this bullish count anymore at all. I do have a bullish count which is a diagonal, which would fit into this way better. So let's take a look at that. In this one, again, we would have this as an A, B and C, as a zigzag into wave A, another zigzag here, wave 2, another zigzag here. This is probably a double zigzag where we would have W, X and then Y into third wave, and then another ABC here onto the fourth, and now we would be getting another three-way structure upwards, well, soonish, and then that would be the fifth. This would explain all of these divergences that we are getting. Again, wave 1 in these contracting patterns that are definitely not so aggressive. It is very common to see that wave 1 here is the largest or most extreme on RSI, and after that point we are just getting these divergences on all the peaks later on, and at some point they're going to definitely be playing out. Here on smaller time or higher time frame on 1 hour, we do have still those divergences present, and if we are again making more highs, as we have already reset, this RSI is very much likely that we are going to get another divergence here, and that is definitely going to be another short possibility. Definitely going to be monitoring this the trend line up in here. It is very much possibility that we are not going to be reaching that, so definitely have an alert up on top of these. I'm probably going to get out of my short possibility or short trade on Nasdaq if this starts to resemble any kind of a structure going up higher. But again, this is still very much unknown structure for me at this point. Now I had this channel drawn here because again this is a diagonal, which is a contracting pattern. At least this diagonal is, because again the third here is smaller than the first. So if the price gets below this structure over here, or this trend line basically, then we're no longer looking at this contracting diagonal, and then we can just scrap this idea altogether. Even if we don't get beyond here, is because again, if this would come down here and even not taking out the lows or invalidate the wave 2 here with the wave 4 and then shoot up, we can't have that again, because again wave 3 would be smallest, and yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. So that is the reason why I have this channel here as well. I feel like this is at the moment the best looking structure I got, and I am expecting higher prices. Again, we already have that overlap between the 4th and the 1st, so we don't need to be expecting that anymore. It is possible that we are getting a bit lower here, possibly to the 0.5 here. Let's actually check out how much did we retrace for this first structure over here. Exactly to the 0.5, so it would have very good correspondence with this second structure over here with this one if we are getting to that 0.5. Very good symmetry between these two then. So yeah, that is something definitely to keep in mind. But yeah, definitely need to be looking at this on smaller time frame to potentially catch another good looking long setup here, and then into that 5th, and then look at that short. But if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of the day. See you next video, bye bye.